Today I'm going to share some of the strategies I use when pricing a home for sale. Pricing a home is a bit of art and science. So in this video we're going to share with you some of the strategies I use when pricing a home. The obvious place to start is comparables. So when we use comparables, we use homes that are similar to yours in square footage. If your home has a pool, we want to use a property that has a pool. If it's on a lake, property that has a lake, and we want to stick within the subdivision. If you're in a gated community, we want to use houses that are in that gated community. If you're not in a gated community, then we want to stick to 1 mile radius around. And we also want to use recent comps. We don't want to go anything over a year. We want to use stuff usually within 6 months and 8 months tops. What if your house has all the upgrades, all the bells and whistles? That's where it gets a little bit tricky. You know, there's a misconception out there that sellers that spend, for example, $50,000 on a pool, they're going to get all that money back. In reality, an appraisal will only give you a portion of that. So we have to make the right adjustments when we're looking at comparables and get an idea of that number. You're going to get a more realistic number. It's very important to look at what's available, your competition in your neighborhood. You know, I encourage sellers to go to open houses on the weekends to see what's selling around the neighborhood, to look at the prices that they're selling, all right? So it's very important that when you price a home, you want to look at properties that are available and know what your competition is. Also, when you're looking at what's sold, it's important to look at days on the market. How long did those properties take to sell? If they've been in the market, 4 or 5 months, they're typically overpriced. However, if they get listed and sold within those 30 days or 40 days, those properties are priced correctly and they're going to sell at the market value. Every market is different. There's homes that sell right away. They're in a hot subdivision that everybody wants to live because of schools, or they just love the homes there. And there's other subdivision or other markets where homes take longer. So it's important to know your market, know that if it's a hot neighborhood, to price it correctly. And some agents out there will say, well, you have to go by the comparables and that's how you get your money. I disagree with that. Believe it or not, the market and the prices of home are most of the time determined by how much the buyers are willing to pay and how much the sellers are willing to let it go. Yes, the appraisal is there, but some of the real hot homes that are really fixed up and sell well usually sell for above the appraised value. Also pricing, I always ask a seller, do you need to sell in a hurry? You might have gotten a job somewhere else. Sometimes the sellers just want to sell and found the perfect house somewhere else and they want to get rid of this house. So that would determine pricing. If you're looking for the number and you want to take longer, then you want to price it accordingly. So these questions I always ask the seller their time frame. So when pricing your home, there are many factors. You want to look at comparables. You want to see other properties that have sold, how long they've been on the market. You also want to see the competition. You want to see the condition and all the things you've done to your house. You want to make sure that's taken into account. And that is the right way and the correct way to price your home competitively and at the same time maximize your profit.